This video contains veterinary procedures which some viewers may find disturbing, involving darting and operating on a live animal. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in to Northumberland Zoo on YouTube. My name is Maxine and I work here. Before we get started on this week's video, there was just a few things that I wanted to mention. First of all, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to the Northumberland Zoo channel so far. I think we're at like 5,600 subscribers, which is insane. It's really, really good. So thank you so much for being here and watching the content, because that's helps me. It's quite encouraging to see that you guys want to see what we have to tell a story about. We really take it for granted what we do here every day, but the fact that it's kind of new to you is pretty cool to be able to share what we do. So thank you so much. And of course, if you haven't done already, you can still subscribe to our channel. And if you ring the little bell, then you'll get a notification when our videos come out, which is generally every Thursday. Anyways, this week, we're going to be looking at our lynx because we did a veterinary procedure with them. Well, a couple of veterinary procedures with them. But before we get on to that, if you haven't booked onto our Northumberland Zoo Halloween event, then there are still tickets available. Saturday is pretty booked up, but there are tickets available on Sunday night. It's going to be pretty cool. We've never done anything like that before. The team and I have been super busy all week trying to get it all set up for you. So if you're coming along, we can't wait to welcome you. And of course, don't forget to dress up, because we're going to be having costume competitions as well. So you can win either bat experiences or bat cuddly toys, depending if you're adults or children. I'll put the link in the description to book tickets if you would like to join us. And of course, we're actually going to be raising money for the Livingston fruit bats, which is a critically endangered species that we have here at the zoo. We are the only UK holder, and we work with the Dahari NGO, which is a conservation organization based out on the Comoros Islands, which is where the bats are from. So this weekend we're going to be raising money for the Bat Conservation Project, which is going to be really, really special, and it's all going to be about bats. The only exhibits that you're going to be able to see during the Halloween event will be the bats and all of like the creepy crawlies and the curious creatures area as well. So the rest of the animals are kind of fenced off and they're having a peaceful night. No scary happenings there. Anyways, the other thing that happened this week was that the Tourist Awards, the sustainability judges, they rocked up on the doorstep on Monday, 1 month early. So they were meant to be coming in November, but they came in October. So it was totally fine. There was 3 judges. We took a little tour around the site, had a little look. I showed them all the sustainable activities that we do and all the inclusivity and the ethical stuff that we do. So it seemed to go really well, but we won't find out until March. So it's going to be a while, so we'll just forget about that now, but it went all right anyways, I think so. And then the secret mystery shopping people will come anytime. So if you haven't done already and you would like to, you can leave us like a TripAdvisor review or something like that, because they do look at those things when they're considering applicants for the awards. But yes, anyways, moving on to today's video. A zoo in the south of France got in touch with us about our Canadian lynx. They had a pair of Canadian lynx, a male and a female, but their male sadly passed away, so they're left with this lone female. And they looked on ZIMS, which is our kind of record-keeping system, and they saw that we had 3 boys. So they got in touch with us earlier on in the year, asking us if we would give them one of our males which is totally cool. There's not very many Canadian lynx in Europe, and especially in the UK, so we have no need to have 3 males. So we thought, yeah, why not? So there's quite a bit of testing and different things that you need to do in order to export lynx out of the UK into Europe. So I'm going to be showing you that today. So when I say that the zoo looked on our on ZIMS, I just want to show you what ZIMS is. ZIMS is called the Zoological Information Management System. I know it sounds dead posh, but it's not. It's basically a website where loads of zoos around the world kind of log into, and when you get in there, there's a list of obviously where you keep all of your own animal records, where each individual animal has got its own identification number. And when you click through it, you can look at their weight charts, you can look at their notes. So any kind of diaries that the keepers are filling in every day, all that information gets put onto this ZIMS and it stays with the animal for life. So when animals move between different collections, their digital record goes with them. So you can actually look back and see the entire history of an animal if it's been tracked on ZIMS. But on ZIMS, one of the most important things, because a lot of people ask, where do you get your animals from? Well, we get them from other zoos, and there's no kind of monetary exchange made. So on ZIMS, there is like a surplus animal list, and you can go on that and actually see all the different animals that are available between zoos in the UK or in Europe or worldwide, depending on what it is. And you don't pay for them, it's just you contact that zoo and say, right, I really like this animal. And if it's, needs a stud book or somebody to get involved who's, looking after an endangered species, you have to go through a few more steps to get it. But in a nutshell, ZIMS is kind of the place where you can go to find these animals. But you can also search for individual animals as well. So, for example, this collection in France has obviously typed on Canadian Lynx. And when I typed it in, the majority of them are in the USA, because that's where obviously they're from. And there's not very many listed in Europe at all. So obviously that's where he's found us and found that we have 3 males, and just asked the question, can we have one? Yeah, that's it really. If you have any questions about ZIMS or how it works or whatever, then just drop them in the comments.
We are just going to anaesthetize Ghost to do some export stuff. Blood sampling, we're going to check his chip and just make sure everything is right there. Vaccinate him. We're just going to take some measurements as well to make the crate so that he can fly out when he's ready.
Right, so we've got everything we need. Clippers, bloods, sample pots, microchip, and then we've got the vaccine in the cold pack, and we'll draw that up when he's asleep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just don't eat it. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes for the drug in the dart to take effect.
Just in case he has a vomit or anything like that, his head's over. We'll see how he responds.
Good.
That's amazing. Yes, I think thank you.
Right, so we're taking the bloods to determine if he's got any pre-existing antibodies against rabies. We're now going to vaccinate him against rabies, and we'll recheck this blood count in 30 days' time. So that's no different to if we're vaccinating domestic cat or dog against rabies. Same product, same group, and hopefully same effect.
So it's nice getting the opportunity to have a good thorough inspection and see all his cool features up close. So they've obviously got loads of the fluffiest paws, especially in winter.
A more natural position for his head would be something like that. I think we'll go ear tip, not ear tuft. So we are 58. I think probably about 79 centimetres.
79, amazing.
All good. Places we can watch.
He's all sorted, so we've given him a reversal. We've done a nice soft bed so that if he's a bit unsteady when he wakes up, he's not going to hurt himself. We've got an empty bowl to fill with water once he's able and a bit more stable. We just don't want him accidentally falling into a full bowl of water. So yeah, we just need to wait now for him to come to. Mm-hmm.
So the whole process was pretty quick from start to finish. However, Sam did find something which will need to be addressed next time.
When we're having a look at him now, it's apparent that we've got a couple of slight dental issues. His teeth are absolutely immaculate, far better than we'd ever see on any domestic felid of a similar age. But he has one traumatic fracture to a lower premolar on the left hand side and some wear to a lower premolar on the right. The fractured tooth unfortunately will need extraction under general anaesthetic, so that's something that we'll have to plan to incorporate when we next have him sedated and then anaesthetised at the subsequent blood test in 30 days. But I'm going to have a word with the dental specialist at the hospital and see what she says.
I was just going to grab the stuff that we need for a wee now, and then it'll be easy.
So today, Ghost, the Canadian Lynx, is getting knocked out because on his last knockout a few weeks ago when he had his first rabies injection, we noticed that he had a damaged tooth. So we got the dental specialist in today to have a look at his teeth and see about removing it. But also he's getting his second rabies vaccination ready for export. See if I can keep you looking at this. Spot on. Hold on. Okay, pretty sure.
Ryan, are you going to help carry?
Yeah, can do.
Yep. 3 seconds.
Gently about.
Oh
yeah.
Head to this end, please, and right back in competency, so left side up.
Sorry.
That one. Head on this end, please. Oops. And then his legs facing. Legs towards me.
It's nice to kind of get a bit more close to him so we can see some of the things that we can't see from outside, such as like teeth and his claws, especially with an animal that's as fluffy as he is. It's nice being able to kind of see what he's like, see how big he actually is really in his actual size.
First time, so it's like bit,
Okay.
but it's still so hard.
I've been on holiday or off like the past 4 times. This is the 5th time. This is the first time I've actually been here, actually for it.
You finally got to touch him.
It's my life got completed.
Yeah.
I finally touched the Lynx.
Once Ghost was stable under the anaesthetic and the vets had given him his second rabies vaccine and taken another blood test, it was time to hand him over to the veterinary dentist, Joe. Is it easier working on a bigger mouth?
Is it still just as complicated?
I guess it's less fidgety. Ends up with bigger teeth though. There's more room to work in. So yeah, I guess it's a little bit easier. Quite well, yeah. Didn't take very long at all. No complications, no snapped roots. Closed nicely. Yeah, good. So on his bottom, he's got his canines, and then he's got 3 teeth behind that, and it was the middle tooth had snapped the crown, so the bit above the gum that you see was gone. He'd broken that, so he'd just left behind the 2 roots. But your tooth's got a soft fleshy centre in the middle with your blood vessels and your nerves and things, and that was exposed to his mouth, which would have been painful because his nerves are exposed. We'd have had some toothache. Being open as well though allows all the bacteria and food debris and things in your mouth to then get into that soft fleshy centre in the middle, and it got infected. So you could see in the 2 halves that the pulp, instead of being nice pink, was black. It had died. So yeah, it wouldn't have been very nice for him. But kind of helps us with extractions, because if the tooth's dead it doesn't hold on too much. So it came out quite nicely, nice and easy. Yeah.
Anyways, I hope that you found that video interesting. It's a little bit of behind the scenes on a veterinary visit. I know we've been a bit vet heavy these past couple of weeks, but it's always nice to see things close up. And obviously for the keepers, it's a really rare opportunity to get to see the animals close up that they work with every day, especially when it's a teethy, clawy one like that one. So fingers crossed, Ghost will be moving out to his new home. Might not be until the new year, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, if you haven't done already, please do remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And we shall see you next week, or I'll see you at the Halloween event this weekend. Bye.